Hi, my name's Penny. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about the books that I'm planning to read for the Tome Topple. So the Tome Topple is a readathon. I kind of do it every season, I think. This one goes from the 17th of November until the 27th. And the goal of the readathon is really to read big books. So books that are more than 500 pages. So I shuffled my November TBR a little bit to make this work. I already had some big books on there, so that works out well. I've just left them to the end of the month. So let's talk about the books. I pretty much just added like all the big books that I was planning to read in the near future onto the list, and I'm not really sure why I have so many and how I'm going to match them to the challenges, but these are the big books that I want to read. Alright, so the first one is The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. I got this out of the library and I have in fact had to renew it because I've had it for too long, but luckily, and perhaps weirdly, and I'm a bit freaking out because there's a bee flying around my house. Bees often come into my house and die for some reason. I don't know why. I have let so many of them out the window, but they insist in coming in and dying. And that one is just hanging out. I think he's okay. I'm not actually sure if he's a bee. I think he's a wasp. I like wasps a lot less than bees. I don't tend to save wasps. I save bees. Anyway, The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer, so I don't really know much about this except that it's Stephanie Meyer's attempt at an adult thriller, I believe. So I will be reading that. I definitely have to read it because it's due back at the library and I don't think I can renew it again. So this book, let's see how long it is. So this book is 518 pages, so it should be a good one. One of the challenges to read an adult book, so I guess I will count this towards that one. Okay, so the next book in my pile is a little bit cheating because it is the fourth book from the Thirst series, which I still in my head think of as the Last Vampire series by Christopher Pike. This book is in fact only 496 pages, but come on, that's close enough, right? So I'm gonna count it. It's also part of a series, so one of the challenges to read a book that's part of a series, so I could count it towards that. It also, for my personal goals, there's only 5 books in this series, so it puts me one book closer towards finishing off this series. So then the next book that I'm hoping to read is for the challenge to read a graphic novel, but it's also something I was planning to get to this month or possibly next month, but I'll try and bump it up. And that is Buffy Season 10. So for those of you who don't know, Buffy Season 7 was the last television season, but after that they continued to release seasons in comic book form, and you can get bind-ups of the comic books. I do own the first, this is one of the volumes from Season 8. They're quite massive, but of course because they're graphic novels you can get through them a lot faster. I don't own Season 10, but I'm planning to get it from the library, although I haven't actually checked that the library has it. I'm just assuming they do because they had the previous season. If they don't, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. But yeah, that's my plan, is to read Buffy Season 10. I read Buffy Season 9 for the last Tome Topple, and I thought it was really good to read it all in one go, so I'm kind of glad to have the motivation to do that again. So like, really, to be honest, that's enough for me to read in 2 weeks. However, I went on a really long bus trip the other week and I tried my first audiobook, which was pretty exciting. Like, I've read non-fiction audiobooks before, but I've never read fiction audiobooks. And I decided to start with a book that I had already read before so I could kind of decide what the differences in the experience were, and I went with Name of the Wind. So I'm pretty close to finishing Name of the Wind. By Patrick Rothfuss. If you don't know, you should know. If you don't know, you should read Name of the Wind. So I also have the audiobook for the next book, which I have here in physical form as well, which is Wise Man's Fear. This book is mammoth. The audiobook is like 48 hours. which is ridiculous. But even though it's ridiculous, I still kind of like the idea of trying to read that during the Tome Topple as well, but via audiobook. I don't know if 48 hours of audiobook is feasible in any way or form, but I have found audiobooks, even though, and I'll talk maybe more about this when I wrap up that Name of the Wind, but there are definitely some things about audiobooks that annoy me. However, it is quite good to be able to get through a story while you do your housework or while you do some exercise or anything like that. So it's possible that I might be able to read or listen to Wise Man's Fear while I'm doing other stuff. It is a little bit silly because the reason why I'm reading it is I bought it a long time ago because I thought, well, it would be a good way to kind of prepare for when Doors of Stone, the third book in the series, comes out, because I didn't want to have forgotten everything. But it's looking pretty likely that Doors of Stone won't be out until 2020. So preparing here in 2017 is a little bit silly because I will have forgotten again by the time that Doors of Stone comes out. But whatever, I do love the story, so I'm probably just gonna keep going. And who knows, maybe a miracle will happen and we'll get Doors of Stone for Christmas or something, and then I'll be ready. So that is a ridiculous amount of tomes. So I would definitely cover one of the other challenges, which is to read more than one tome. I think I can definitely do that, unless, who knows, maybe my end of November will not go so well, but I think we should be good. The only other challenge that I don't really have covered is the buddy read one. I don't really have anyone that I know of that would be willing to buddy read any of these books with me. So if you're watching this video and you would be interested, then comment down below or let me know and we can do that. Otherwise, thanks for watching my video and I will see you next time.